Tensura. Rimuru is a Girl by Timothy_the_14 Chapter 33, Ectrum. In a very quiet room, a girl sat by the window, enjoying the night breeze that made her silver blue hair sway with the wind. The faint moonlight entered her room through the moving clouds. A week had passed since Veldora's confession, and she was now in her room in the castle, enjoying the view of Tempest from above with a cup of tea and some snacks on the table. Her beauty was accentuated by the thin nightgown she wore, and the moonlight made her silver blue hair shine. She sipped her tea again, savoring the peaceful night and the fragrant tea that flowed down her throat. "So, have you found any clues, Raphael?" To anyone else, it might seem like she was talking to herself, but in the silence, she was conversing with her partner. Less than about the strange tattoo that appeared suddenly on your body. It is not an ordinary tattoo. Rather, it contains many ancient characters. Greater than. Less than I'm not sure either. I've looked through all the information I could find in this world, but there's nothing useful. Greater than. Silence returned, and she could feel her partner blaming itself. Less than, but one thing is clear. The pattern on the tattoo has a very terrifying power within it. It is chaotic and unsettling. When I investigated what's contained in it, for some reason, I shuddered with fear. I felt nauseous. I don't know what that feeling was. But I definitely don't want to experience it again. Greater than. This was the first time she had felt Raphael's fear of something. Usually, Raphael will not show any emotions. It would remain calm in any situation, but now, Rimuru could feel emotions of fear, frustration, and distress, yet amid all that, there was a feeling of admiration. Admiration for what? Naturally, this also surprised Rimuru. "So you mean, I have an incredible power within me, and you don't know what it is, and you want to uncover it down to the root?" Less than that's right. I won't give up just because of that disturbing feeling. I will uncover all the secrets contained within it. Greater than. Rimuru smiled softly, gazing at the moonlight. It was the first time she had felt Raphael's enthusiasm like this. It was rare because Raphael usually speaks in a monotone, emotionless manner. It made it hard for Rimuru to know what Raphael was thinking if not directly communicates. Raphael's flat, emotionless, and indifferent speech contrasted with the excitement she now felt. Less than, and also, there's one thing I want to tell you. Greater than. What is it? Rimuru responded calmly while taking another sip of her tea. Less than this is just my speculation. It seems that this power does not originate from the world created by the founder Veldanava. Greater than. Thud. What do you mean? Surprised. Of course, Rimuru was astonished by what her partner said. If it's not from the world of Veldanava, then where does this power come from? She was well aware of her previous life. There was no magic or anything strange that she experienced. She lived a normal life previously, without anything remarkable or boring. Less than the most likely possibility is that it is a power your soul possessed even before reincarnating into this world. Greater than. Rimuru's thoughts were further disturbed by Raphael's statement. But she waited for Raphael to continue. Less than the most probable scenario is, it existed in your life before you became Mikami Satoru. Greater than. Thud as if a heavy hammer had struck her head. Rimuru froze for a moment until finally, the headache, which rarely occurred before, hit her again with twice the pain of before. The cup she held fell to the floor, shattering into glass fragments. She clutched her head as if afraid it might explode. Ectrum. Don't use it too often. It will become your greatest power, but it can also be a double-edged sword for you. Whose voice is that? The voice was so smooth and gentle. Why couldn't she remember it? Its soft smile. The gentle voice conveying deep affection. She couldn't hold back tears as her head throbbed as if it wanted to explode. Less than master. Greater than Rimuru continued to groan in pain, unable to withstand the returning headache. That's why you must be able to control it as your own, never let it control you. Ha. She breathed heavily after the throbbing, which nearly made her head explode, stopped. Her face grew pale, with cold sweat flowing down her cheeks. Why had she forgotten her conversation with that mysterious woman in her subconscious? A woman with silver blue hair. Why couldn't she remember that important meeting? Why couldn't she recall what they talked about? Why couldn't she remember her own joyful laughter when speaking with that woman? Ektrim. Is that the name of the power I possess? Less than greater than less than what do you mean, master? Is that the name of the strange tattoo? Greater than? Rimuru took a moment to catch her breath before continuing. Yes, that's likely it. But I can't remember most of the conversation I had with that mysterious woman. Or rather, my mother. A warm gaze and a sweet smile appeared as she spoke those words. She felt peace as the words left her mouth, warm, peaceful, comfortable, happy. Just because of that single word, she forgot the pain that felt like it was trying to kill her, as if it had been swallowed by the earth. That power could be beneficial to me, or the opposite, right? She asked herself. A calm before the storm. What will happen next? Well, whatever it is. I can't use Ektrim or whatever it's called recklessly. I can't control that power, so I won't call on it just like that during a fight, she murmured, propping her chin with 2 fingers. So how do I use it as? No, mother said not to rely too much on Ektrim if I can't fully control it, and never let it control you again. What does that mean? Raphael is right. This power does not come from the world of Veldanava, nor from my world as Mikami Satoru. It's from a higher world. My first life. I need to remember it all. It's starting to make sense, though there are still many gaps, but there are some points that connect. When I first reincarnated as a slime, I had no gender. When I swallowed Shizu-san, I had a very strange female gender. That shouldn't make sense. All the living beings I mimicked always became a genderless creature. But why did a female gender appear when I consumed a human? My traits becoming more feminine day by day, my interest in sweet foods. For sweet foods, maybe I've liked them since being Mikami Satoru. The most annoying thing is, why do I not have attraction to women? Because my destiny is not to be with a woman. Rather the opposite. That explains why no woman sees me as a romantic partner. Because, in my life before becoming Mikami Satoru, I was a woman. Less than I also support master's thoughts. Greater than, be quiet. Don't interfere, I don't want to hear your approval. She propped her chin angrily, gazing at the glowing moon. That's why I've been single for 37 years. Because my aura doesn't attract women, and because I'm a man, I'm also not romantically attractive to men. Who would want to be involved with a man when I was a man? Just thinking about it makes me sick. Why do you look so upset? Surprised. Of course, Rimuru was shocked when a large hand embraced her from behind. The golden mane could be seen as her head rested on his small shoulder. Rimuru shivered as Veldora's breath was felt on her nape. Meanwhile, Veldora inhaled deeply, savoring Rimuru's scent. When did you get here? She asked calmly. She didn't mind Veldora's behavior of hugging her from behind. Instead, a small smile appeared on her face as she felt the warmth of the large hands wrapped around her waist. When you said, my mother, Veldora replied calmly, kissing Rimuru's bare shoulder gently, making her shiver again. Doesn't that mean it's been a while? Why couldn't I feel you, or Raphael didn't say anything to me? Less than because there was no malicious intent from Veldora. Greater than. I almost laughed out loud when you were talking to yourself. Rimuru looked at her shoulder, seeing Veldora grinning mischievously. Gee, go away. I don't want to see you. The girl protested, but Veldora pulled her and made her sit on his lap. He sat on the edge of Rimuru's bed. Ha ha ha. Why so upset? I was just kidding. Does this dragon have no sense of shame? Why is he so casual about doing this and that without a second thought? Rimuru, now sitting on his lap, feels her heart race uncontrollably. Even though she was used to Veldora's behavior, her heart still wasn't accustomed. Want to know what kind of relationship they have now? Yes. They're dating. Clap clap clap. Bonsai. But remember, Rimuru is still a virgin. Remember, virgin. They decided to keep their relationship a secret, so they would act normally in public or around others close to them. Rimuru, feeling Veldora's warmth, buried her head in the dragon's broad chest. She inhaled the refreshing scent of Veldora. The moonlight faintly entered the room through the open window, and the gentle breeze made Rimuru's hair wave beautifully. The room fell silent as they enjoyed the quiet without any awkwardness. Still thinking about your first life? Her body jolted slightly at Veldora's words, but she chose to stay silent in her lover's embrace now. Veldora hugged Rimuru tightly, gently kissing the top of her head. No matter what happens, I am the first one by your side, Rimuru. The girl nodded silently, her lips curling into a small smile in the dragon's embrace. I know. Veldora wanted to ask if she was all right but decided against it. The girl didn't need any reassurance, she was a strong woman. Seeing that the moon was higher in the sky, he laid Rimuru down and pulled the blanket over her, leaving only her head exposed. Sleep, it's late, he said, gently stroking Rimuru's hair. Rimuru saw a warm smile from Veldora. Before leaving the room, he kissed her forehead lovingly. Good night. Good night. Sweet dreams, Veldora. Although she wasn't sure if Veldora could dream or not.